Welcome back to the Perks Recap Podcast. Okay, Yankees edition here. Um, well, the Yankees, since the last time I spoke on them, they've actually done pretty well. They have won 5 of the 6 games. I did not get the series reaction for Minnesota, so we're going to start with that, and we'll go to St. Louis after that. Now, Stanton been playing some right field, and he played right field 2 days in a row here in Minnesota. And then actually, he might have played it all 3 days. Um, but regardless, the reason why I'm not entirely sure why he didn't play in St. Louis in the outfield at all any of the days. He pinch hit one of the days, and now for some reason, coming out of St. Louis, coming back on the day off, which was today, which was Monday, um, he's got like some soreness, like general soreness, and I guess he's just not able to play. He's too sore, which is ridiculous to me because this guy plays a little bit of outfield, and within a week he can't he's got to be out of the lineup again. Again, he pinch hit. He's not on the IL or anything like that. He didn't pull a muscle or anything like that, but he's just sore. And again, that's absolutely ridiculous. What are you talking about? So, I've never been a huge fan of Stanton anyway. I know he's playing really, really well since he's come back. He's batting like 300 somehow. Um, but I still, if we can get him off the team next year, I'd be more than willing to let him go. Anyway, the first game, Minnesota 6-2 win. We're gonna rip through these kind of quick. 6-2 win. Will Warren, star of the show here, 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 7 Ks, and no walks. That's a key. 7 Ks, no walks. ERA is getting more and more respectable as we go, 4.34. Weaver and Bednar cleaned it up. Home runs by Bellinger, his 21st. Stanton, his 11th. Rice, his 17th. And Jazz, his 20th. So they hit 4 home runs. Jazz also stole a base, his 15th. Uh, they left 6 guys on base, runners in scoring position, 2 for 7. Um, yeah, they didn't dominate this game or anything. Minnesota was there. Well, they pulled away midway through the game. But regardless, the real gem was the next day. Carlos Rodon goes 7 innings, gives up just 1 hit, 1 run, 5 Ks, 2 walks, 3.25 ERA on the year. Tim Hill and De Los Santos cleaned it up afterwards and didn't give up anything. 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position with 12 guys left on base. So they scored 9 runs though. Judge hit a homer and stole a base. Volpe hit a home run, his 18th. Stanton hit another home run, his 12th. And Jazz was 2 for 3 and had 2 stolen bases, up to 17 now for Jazz in the stolen base department. Um, One hit that Carlos Rodon gave up was the only hit Minnesota got. The Yankees one hit them. So that is the stellar pitching performance of the weekend. Okay, on the 13th, or of the week. On the 13th, Minnesota, the third game, going for the sweep, and they drop it. 4-1, Minnesota wins. They had 5 hits total. Bellinger, the 1 run was a Bellinger home run, his 22nd. The real guy who got really banged around was De Los Santos, who the day before was really good. His ERA was at 157 at that point. He comes in, doesn't record an out, and gives up 3 runs. ERA is up to 251 now, almost a full run uh, change right there. Devin Williams came in and was fine. Duvall came in, was fine. Even Hedrick was fine. Leiter, everybody was fine except for De Los Santos, who gave the 3 runs. Schlittler gave up a run as well, but he did pretty well. 5 innings, 1 run, 2 Ks, 6 Ks, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. I'll take that. His ERA is under 4, 3.94. So that was the third game in Minnesota. I really would have liked the sweep. Um, there's nothing you can do, obviously, but it would have been nice to sweep them. So then we travel to St. Louis, and it's a 4-3 win on the first day. On the 15th, we had a day off on the 14th, and Luis Heel maybe is starting to round into form. It would be really nice if Luis Heel can round into form, because for some reason I don't know what's going on with Max Fried, but he can't get out of his own way right now, and he is getting banged around. We'll get to that. And I'm not saying Luis Heel has to become our ace and be better than Max Fried, but we just need more pitching stability. Rodon pitched really well, and Heel also pitched really well. And to be honest, Will Warren and Schlittler have been pretty good too. So I just want the pitcher staff to be in good shape, and we just got to get Fried back to what he was, or at least some form of it, because right now it's not acceptable. But Luis Heel, 5 1/3, so he pitched into the sixth, 1 run, 4 Ks. He had 3 walks. He's still probably trying to get his control back. But 5 1/3, limiting damage, 4 hits, like I said, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and only 1 run given up. So I will take that all day, every day. Leiter Jr. came on fine. Weaver was fine. Bednar got the save, his 19th. He was fine as well. Duvall gave up 2 runs on just 2/3 of an inning. And he has not really got his footing yet in New York at all. I'm hoping he does, obviously. I know he can be a good pitcher, obviously. But so far, it has not gone all that great for him in a Yankee uniform. He's been a little bit of a disappointment so far. 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Yeah, 2/3 of an inning in 2 runs is not gonna cut it at all. Runners in scoring position, 3 for 17 again, not very good. 9 guys left on base, but they squeaked out this win, 4-3 win, and that was a squeaker. Jazz still on base again, his 18th. This is his third game in a row that he stole a base. Or I'm sorry, 3 of 4 games that he stole a base in. And he also hit a home run, so he hit a homer and got a steal. His 21st home run. Caballero, limited playing, but he's getting chances now, especially with Stanton. Even the games that he played in right field, he came out a lot in the late innings. And a lot of the time, it was Caballero who went into right field for him. With Stanton not playing in St. Louis, and again, I don't know if the initial thought was because they're coming off a day off. St. Louis is not a good field for him to be rolling around in right field. Um, for whatever reason, maybe it's a little bit bigger than a normal right field. There's more running that he would have to do, and they want to limit that, obviously. So I don't know, but he did not play right field this entire series. So Caballero came on. He was 2 for 3 and stole 2 more bases. He's up to 37, which leads the league. And Rice was 2 for 5 as well. Now, here's the second game. Stanton again not in the lineup. Max Fried, 13-5. He got the win. That's his record. It's 13-5. But he went 5 innings only, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, a walk, and 6 Ks. Something. I mean, how do you go from like basically leading the league in Cy Young? Everybody's talking Cy Young for you, and now all of a sudden you can't do anything right. And this is not new. This has been the same video when regarding Max Fried for the last like 3 or 4 videos. he has not been the same for about a good month and a half. His last like 6, 7 starts have been putrid, really bad. And this one was probably the worst one of all. 5 innings, 7 runs. Gave up a bunch of home runs. Devin Williams came on for an inning. Again, he's out of the closer's role, but he is looking better. Maybe he just can't be the closer of the New York Yankees. Maybe that's just the problem. Because he struck out the side, worked in the inning, and struck out the side. De Los Santos came back, bounced back after his rough day. 2 innings, 2 Ks. Yeah, 2 innings too. Then not one, two. And Leiter Jr. came on, and I've been very on the fence about Leiter Jr. In 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits in a run, 1 K. They had to use Bednar again for his 20th save just to get the last out. Runners in scoring position a little better, 6 for 15. Dominguez stole a base his 20th. Jazz stole a base his 19th. Caballero stole 2 more bases. So he's up to 39. Judge hit his 39th home run. Rice hit his 18th home run. McMahon hit his 17th. And Grisham was 4 for 5. Great day from Grisham. 4 hits. Back to Rice, though. He was 3 for 5, a double, the home run, and a single. 7 RBIs for Ben Rice on this day. 7. They have got to, and I think this is a done deal now. He's the starting catcher for the Yankees. He is. He's just better than he's better. He's much better at the plate. Then what's this? Why can't I think of their catcher? Oh my goodness, Wells, Austin Wells. Um, Austin Wells hits 220, and the power hasn't come. It's not 220 with 25 home runs where you can live with it. Rice has that kind of power. He's a little bit better in the batting average. He's not crazy good, with 230, 240 in that range. It's probably where he's going to live. But the power's there, and the hit tool is there, and it's good. And I think he is the starting catcher when the playoffs roll around. Also, he can play first, obviously, and spell Goldschmidt, who is having a little bit of an issue. I think it's minor. He's not on the DL or anything, and he came back. He came back the next day, the next game. Um, so yeah, Freed and Rice were the stories in this game. Freed, the ineffectiveness, and Rice with the 7 RBIs, which is a crazy good day. Okay, the 17th, St. Louis again. The Cardinals going for the sweep, and they got it. They got it. Um, It was 4-4 in the ninth inning. In the top of the ninth inning, the Yankees got 4 runs and won 8-4. So just really good stuff. And they did not hit a home run in this game and scored 8 runs, which is amazing for them. They rely on the home run so much. Um, Another thing too about Caballero, just to go back to him, he's laying down bunts too, bunts for hits. It's nice to have a bunter on the team. Um, so Will Warren, he only went 4 2/3. Apparently, he was really hot on the field, and he threw a lot of pitches, and like well over 100 on the field apparently. So I'm not going to go too crazy on him. He'll only went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, but only one of them were earned because of errors again. The Yankees had 2 errors in this game. They're just a bad defensive team, and we just got to accept that. We got to hope that they can overcome it and not make foolish mistakes, but they keep doing it over and over. Jazz throwing the ball away, Volpe throwing the ball away. And the first game in St. Louis, they didn't give him an error, I don't know how, but Dominguez misplayed a ball and it went by him as he was coming in. It went by him and went all the way to the wall. It ended up being a triple. It was just a terrible route to the ball, just a terrible decision, and he makes these mind-numbing, mind-boggling plays out there, and I'm starting to think that He's going to be on the bench for the playoffs. I'm thinking Wells will be on the bench for the playoffs if the Yankees make the playoffs. We'll get to that too. Um, as we come down the stretch here, Dominguez is playing less and less, less and less for sure. He's pinch running. He's getting taken out. I mean, it's basically when Judge is back and ready to go, it's going to be Grisham, Bellinger, and Judge out there with two really, really excellent gloves in the outfield with Grisham and Bellinger and a lot of range. And Judge, who's an underrated defender, he's a great, great right fielder as well. So I don't see where he's going to play because obviously Stanton's going to be the DH, Rice is going to be the catcher. So that's your best lineup. Is McMahon at third? I guess Volpe, but to be honest, I would not mind if Caballero plays short. Um, then of course Jazz, Goldschmidt, Rice behind the plate, and then the three outfielders are already named in the DH. That's your best lineup, and that's what we're going to see in the playoffs, I think. Dominguez, if it's late in the game and Stanton gets a hit, Dominguez can run for him, do things like that. He did play this last game, started, he was 2 for 5. Goldschmidt was 3 for 5, got 3 hits. And Jazz stole 2 more bases, up to 21. Jazz has put his running shoes on. He really has. He has been stealing a lot of bases lately, and I love it. So Devin Williams came on just for a third of an inning. He did get a K. Duvall came on again, though, 1 inning, one in the third, and gave up a run. He's still not. He's still not getting it. He's still not right. He's still not. I don't know if he's just uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, but he's not. He has not done what we hoped. Okay. Tim Hill came on for an inning, and Weaver came on for an inning and 2/3, and he got to end up getting the win because he was in the game. He came on in the eighth, and then the Yankees scored and took the lead in the ninth, top of the ninth, and in the bottom of the ninth, he just continued to pitch. So he got the win, not the save. But regardless, whatever it is, it's fine. Very, very interesting, though. Very, very interesting how things have developed. And do I feel? How do I feel about the Yankees? They got Tampa Bay for 2 days. Just a quick 2-game series in Tampa. I think you got to win both of those. You can't split that. You're finally catching some people that are ahead of you and putting some distance behind you in terms of the wild card standings. They still are just the third wild card, so it's not like the Yankees are doing great. Um, oh, well, I did not realize tonight there were some games and the things that have happened. The Yankees are tied with Boston and Seattle for all three wild card spots. Boston, the Seattle, and the Yankees all have the wild card, and they all are tied. Um, Boston is 68 and 58, and Seattle is 68 and 58, and the Yankees played 2 less games. The Yankees are 67 and 57, 10 games over. But it works out that it's the same winning percentage for all three teams. So they're all tied. And now Cleveland and Kansas City have fallen back to 3 games back. And Kansas City, again, is 3.5 back. In the division's over. Yankees and Boston are, again, tied. They're 5 games behind Toronto. I guess it's not over, but they would have to go on a run. And I said this last video. Do you see 9 out of 10, 12 out of 15, 16 out of 20 run in them? I don't see it. Could it happen? Sure. And if it happens, will they be in first place in the division? Yes, they will. So we'll see. But it's a good start. They're 5-1 since the last video I had. So keep this going. If they win both in Tampa and are 7-1 over their last 8, That's pretty good. And then after the Tampa series is Boston. And that's going to be, oh man, that's going to be crazy. That is home for Boston for 4 games. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 games with the Red Sox. But this is the time the Yankees can make up ground. They have a really weak schedule, which maybe that's part of the reason why they struggled earlier in the summer is because they had the toughest part of their schedule, but the schedule really lightens up. Minnesota's not very good. St. Louis not very good, but they're not completely out of it, but they're no juggernaut or anything. Tampa Bay has not had a good year. Of course, Boston's going to be a problem because for some reason we can't beat the Red Sox, which really sticks in my craw because I cannot stand them. But then after that, it's Washington, the Nationals, who are not good, the White Sox, who are not good. That's 7 games right there. Washington and White Sox, 7 straight games. You got to do that. You got to go another like 6-1 there. You gotta take care of business there because the White Sox is a 4 game series. Then you're on the road for Houston. Okay, that's not going to be easy. Then you got Toronto coming to the stadium. Not going to be easy. And you got Detroit, who's still doing really well in the Central. Still leads the Central, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, yep, 74-53. So they are no joke. So that's a tough stretch. Houston, Toronto, Detroit, and then after that, you're on the road to Boston for 3 more. So that's the stretch. The first September 2nd, it starts, and it ends September 14th. The 2nd through the 14th. Let's see what they do there. I think I would even take 500, and as long as we dominate Washington and the White Sox, and after this series, you got Minnesota again. You got to win all those. You got Baltimore, who's not, you got to win most of those. It's 4 games. You got to try to win 3 there. Then you got the White Sox again at home, and then you got Baltimore again. So it lightens up again after that tough stretch. But that is one heck of a stretch. Houston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston. One right after another. That's the stretch that will probably define the season right there. Those 12 days, the 2nd to the 14th. Those 12 days will define the Yankees season right now. That's what it's going to do. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. But be on the lookout for another podcast coming at you after the Tampa Bay series. Um, I will get back to my music reactions as well. I haven't done one in a little bit because I did the football predictions podcasts. Hopefully you guys check those out. And I'm just trying to let those breathe a little bit and let some more people get to them. And I just decided that I was gonna take a little break from the music for a little bit. Not a long, maybe what is it going to be by the time I do them? 6 days, 5 days, something like that. But either way, I'll get to them. I'll get back to the music reactions as always because it still is the basis of my channel and it always will be. But that's going to do it. Until next time, I will see you later.